Welcome to my 261st video on my work with OO gauge. This will just be a brief video to review all of the unbuilt rolling stock kits that I currently have on hand, chiefly with a view to soliciting feedback as to what folks might be most interested in seeing featured in a build video. So if you see something here you'd like to see me build, please let me know in the comments below. Actually, some of these kits are duplicates, or very near to being duplicates of kits that I've already featured in build videos, so there probably wouldn't be very much point in me doing another build video of those. As I go through the kits in this video, I'll provide links via the info cards at top right to related build videos that I've already done. At least as far as I can, YouTube will only let you have 5 such links in any video. My current stock of unbuilt kits is about as large as it has ever been, as I really haven't been building rolling stock from kits for a while, but I have been picking up interesting kits whenever I came across them, especially at local train shows. I was just looking back over my own channel. It's been quite a while since I've done a rolling stock kit build. I did a couple of buildings from card kits last year, but I haven't done a rolling stock kit build since part 160 in August 2022, when I built some private owner wagons from Slater's kits. Anyway, let me just get on with reviewing what could potentially be on the menu now. Here are a couple of 3H kits for LMS 20-ton coke hopper wagons. Now I have to say that I find myself thoroughly confused about these. I could have sworn that I built a couple of these, and I would have assumed that would have featured in a video. Well, after some searching, I managed to find the wagons, but no trace of them in a video. So am I dreaming? Did I not build those wagons myself? I definitely have 2 wagons built from this exact 3H kit. They're marked on the bottom of the chassis, clearly. And they look entirely like something that I might have built myself. I also have an example of this same type of wagon as a ready-to-run model from Hornby in private Appleby Iron Company markings. I'm not quite sure where that leaves prospects for building these 2 kits. Not the highest priority, I guess, given that I already have running 2 of these plus the Hornby one. Well, this process isn't doing much for my confidence in my mental state. I could have sworn that I built some of these before, but perhaps that was only in N gauge. These are in OO gauge and they come with simplex couplings, so they should fit in well with my 00 3-rail stuff. I do have some wagons with simplex couplings that were built from kits somewhat of this type, but marked for different owners, and I didn't build those wagons myself. I bought them ready-built. More wagon kits. 3 from Airfix, including 2 examples of the cattle wagon, and 1 from Cambrian. I've built numerous Airfix kits before. I got my first Airfix kit for my 8th birthday over 60 years ago. But I don't believe that I've built any Airfix OO gauge rolling stock kits other than the 040 Pug locomotive, which I built to serve as a lightweight load for my railway cranes. And I don't believe I've had any contact with Cambrian kits. Still on wagon kits, these 2 are from Ratio. The Ratio wagon kits seem to have passed on to Pico Parkside at some point, so it can be a bit confusing as you'll find the exact same kit sold as both Ratio and Pico Parkside. And indeed here you can see a couple of Pico Parkside wagon kits, one of which is clearly labelled as previously a Ratio kit. Also seen here is a kit from Pendon Products, about whom I know nothing. Also 2 Keyser kits, and a Slater's kit. I've built several Slater's wagon kits before, as in part 160, but Keyser is another company I've never encountered before. This is the last of the wagon kits on hand. Here are 3 Ratio coach kits, 2 for clerestory coaches, or clear story, but that just doesn't sound right to me, although I generally lean to UK pronunciation. Everyone I've met in Canada pronounces it clerestory. The 3rd kit is for an ex-Midland Railway first-class 7-compartment non-corridor coach. I'm a bit dubious about these kits, to tell the truth. I built one of the ratio clerestory coach kits previously, and that build was featured in part 22. It turned out okay, but it was quite a difficult build with warped parts and some very fiddly pieces, and I wasn't terribly thrilled by the coach as a runner. See part 22 for my struggles with that kit. These 3 Daypol coach kits I don't even have yet, but I've bought and paid for them, so I thought that I might as well include them here. I've never built one of these Daypol Kitmaster coach kits before, so I'll be interested to see how they work out. And here are some kits for road vehicles, not strictly rolling stock, I guess, but I thought I might as well include them. I do already have an example of the Maudsley bus that I bought ready built, otherwise that kit would probably have got built before. The Jordan Products kit is a bit dubious from my point of view. For one thing, it's in HO scale, not OO, so it will really be too small, and it's also based on an American prototype. I've actually seen quite a few of these kits on offer at local train shows, and I bought this one just to see if they might be worthwhile for me at all. The Merit Hobby kit for a Thornycraft lorry wants to have it both ways, claiming to be HO/OO gauge, which is basically a crock for something of clearly defined size, such as this vehicle. But it is from a UK maker, so perhaps likely to be closer to OO gauge. And then there's a Slater's kit for a horse-drawn wagon. I did actually build an example of this kit before in part 20. Finally, this kit is a bit of an oddity, a Langley white metal kit for a Ransom's Rapier mobile crane. I ordered this one directly from Langley as it seemed an interesting subject. But I'm a bit daunted by the prospect of building it, as there are an awful lot of fiddly-looking white metal parts, and I suppose it really would be best to assemble this kit using solder, but I don't have any real confidence in my skills for soldering white metal, something of which I have very little experience, unlike gluing plastic kits, which I've been doing for over half a century. Anyway, that's it for this review, so let me know what you'd be most interested in seeing built. I won't promise to immediately get a build video up, as there are quite a few other things on hand that I want to deal with. I showed a mainline train set with a Royal Scot featuring some kind of electronic sound module in the tender in part 256. But that was just an overview of the train set and the 1980 mainline catalogue that came with it. I still haven't got around to trying out the loco or the sound module. And I also have another couple of kit-built 3-rail locos, a 262 tank and a 7F, that I haven't got round to trying to service and run yet. Plus, there are quite a number of 2-rail locos waiting their turn, as well as some interesting ready-to-go rolling stock items. But I will get some kit building done fairly soon, hopefully, so do let me know what you'd most like to see.